This week is Climate Week. It's where all the men in my office fight with the women in my office over who controls the thermostat for the rest of the year. But also, it's a week where all the late night shows are going to be getting together to bring some attention to the climate change crisis and figure out how we're going to steal John Oliver's Emmys. And look, tonight, I'm not going to bore you with the effects of climate change that everybody knows about. You know, like more extreme weather, rising sea levels, feeling guilty every time I start a wildfire. What we're going to focus on instead is how all the major effects trickle down into a lot of weird little effects that you may not know about. And these little weird effects are changing the world in all sorts of ways, like the strange thing that's happening to sea turtles.
Turtles are so important for the marine ecosystem, helping to keep sea life in balance. But they lay their eggs on the beach, and as the world warms up, the sand is warming too. And that is a big problem.
Sand temperature determines the sex of the hatchlings. So for the northern Great Barrier Reef green turtle stock that they've been producing over the last 10 to 20 years, 99% females. If that trend continues for decades to come, that's an irreversible issue and will lead them towards extinction.
People, this is terrible. You can't have all female turtles. The species is going to go extinct. And it's also going to make for some really lame gender reveal parties. Oh, wow. It's a girl. And I know what you're thinking right now. You're going, well, at least life is going to be pretty sweet for all those male turtles, eh? They're going to be cleaning up on turtle tender. And yeah, it may seem like a good deal until they realize that they're going to be expected to perform all the time. Morning, turtle sex. Afternoon, turtle sex. Nighttime, turtle sex. They'll never have any time left to do whatever else turtles do. I don't know, eat plastic straws, I guess? Is that like they don't do that for themselves? Oh. But that's the kind of weird effect of climate change that nobody saw coming. You know, I mean, how crazy is it that the heat of the sand is what determines the sex of the baby? You know, turtles should just do it like humans. Have the sex of the baby determined by the man screaming, either male or female, at the time of conception. It's a lot easier that way. What do you mean? Then how did your parents do it? But then why am I a boy then? Well, you're dumb. And it's not just the turtles. Climate change is messing with the sexiest animals of all. Yeah, humans. And again, I'm talking about unexpected little things. For instance, if you like to start your day with a cup of coffee, and maybe you like to end it with a couple of beers or a couple of bottles of wine, well, first of all, you might have a problem. But here's some news that might leave a bad taste in your mouth.
Climate change could make it tougher for you to get a good cup of coffee. Changes in temperature along with rainfall and the length of seasons would change the quality and taste of beans, making for a lower quality cup.
A changing climate is putting those key ingredients used in beer at risk. More rain versus snow in the winter. This means irrigation may depend more on groundwater, which has a higher mineral content. And that's a big deal because that affects the beer's taste.
An increase of about 1.2 degrees Celsius over the past century has meant wine grapes are maturing earlier, putting the world's most famous wine regions at risk.
The largest change that wine drinkers are likely to see is higher alcohol contents in the finished product, and there is much discussion on if this is a good or a bad change.
I'm pretty sure it's a bad change. I mean, the Real Housewives are already fighting each other at current wine levels. You raise that any higher, that show's gonna have to move to UFC. And what's crazier for me is that this is gonna make coffee taste worse. That's what they said. That blew my mind because I already think coffee tastes like you burned dog hair and put the ashes in a cup of water. Yeah, and I know right now all the coffee drinkers are like, Trevor, you're wrong. Coffee tastes delicious. Bullshit! If that's true, then why is it that every single coffee place has 50 different ways to cover up the taste of coffee, huh? You got creamer in your coffee, you got half and half, you got vanilla lattes, pumpkin spice, cinnamon, sugar, stevia. The only flavor no one wants is coffee flavor. You know why? Because when you have coffee flavor, that shit keeps you up for 3 days. Not because of the caffeine, because of the taste of regret. I'm never doing that again.